again, everybody. Welcome to the Backbone Podcast, where common sense still makes sense in a world that is sick and only getting sicker. And last night, Monday Night Football, Carolina, San Francisco, was a pretty bad football game. Snore fest. Niners win because they're better than Carolina. The 49ers are that team that frustrates you because they're good enough to beat the bad teams. I know that sounds silly, but they're always going to beat the bad teams, right? They're going to beat the Giants. They're going to beat Carolina. Carolina are okay, but they're not good. But the 49ers aren't going to have any sort of chance to defeat any team that they face that is good or very good. Forget about the Rams. The Rams are the best team in football, if you ask me. Will the 49ers beat the Seahawks? No. Will the 49ers beat Green Bay? Will the 49ers beat Detroit? I don't think so. And those are the teams that they're probably going to face in the playoffs. Now, last night was a very poor showing by Brock Purdy. 3 picks, and the 49ers just couldn't move the football. And that's the other thing. The 49ers just I'm not a big Kyle Shanahan fan. And listen, he does he does very well. But I mean, the 49ers are doing very well under him, but they just don't win with him. They just don't win with him. And it's going to continue where we're going to have another year where the Niners will make the playoffs. They might win a wild card game here or there, and then they'll go to the divisional round, and they'll probably get smoked by somebody, and most likely probably Detroit, if they make the playoffs. Remember, they're the 7th seed right now. And I don't have the seedings or the playoff format in front of me, and it really doesn't matter right now. But the way Dallas looked, they're not going anywhere. Minnesota have pretty much they're finished. The Vikings threw away their season when they gave away Darnold. But there are surprise teams out there. The Bears are a surprise team. Great coach, Ben Johnson. That's a big pickup. The 49ers have major issues, and their major issues are that they're always hurt because it's just they're made of glass. And it's only the way that they're working McCaffrey like a fucking donkey. I don't think he's going to be able to survive much longer. I mean, he's touching the ball like 50-60% of the time. So the 49ers win 20-9. Again, very, very bad game. Both quarterbacks stunk last night. The defense played okay, but, Bryce Young just sucks. I don't care what anybody says. He's not very good. But the fireworks didn't happen within the 60 minutes of that football game. The fireworks happened after the 2 minutes after the game when Jennings, wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers, got punched in the nuts by Panthers defensive back or safety Tre'von Moehrig, I guess that's how you pronounce his name, during the final minutes of the game last night. Now, we're going to show you the clip here. It just seems to be a common occurrence now in the NFL, and we'll ask the question later. But I want to show you this clip. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. And I don't know. Jennings had some funny lines. He said that Moehrig is grabbing more balls than A.J. Brown catches. That's fucking brilliant. I mean, that was good. Jennings is a nut job. But here's the footage.
In his first game, let's take a look and see if I think that's Jennings kind of doubled over, may have gotten a punch down low, we're told. Took exception to it, and then at the end, he and Moehrig got into it. I don't know if Moehrig said anything or who delivered the punch.
So there's the punch. And yeah, that's just totally unacceptable. Now Moehrig has been suspended apparently for a game, but it's I mean, where are we going with this shit? I mean, why is this happening? Why are these things tolerated? What, has football always been dirty? Yeah, kind of. The Raiders were notorious for being dirty. It's just part of the game, I guess. But today, with all these fucking cameras all over the place in social media and the 24-hour news cycle, now it's accentuated to where if an incident like this happens, a spitting incident, which is deplorable, any of these things, it gets magnified and blown up 150%. And these players have to just be careful. They have to be able to control themselves. And it was a good thing that Jennings did not do this during the game. He retaliated after the game. I don't know as of yet if he's going to be suspended because usually the guy who retaliates is the guy who gets fucked. But so far, this moron has been suspended for the Carolina Panthers. And Carolina, I mean, he's a safety. Carolina lost 2 of their cornerbacks last night. And they're still trying to make a playoff push. And this idiot's punching people in the balls. I mean, does college football have a problem? There was a spitting incident with the Colorado State quarterback. He spit at some defensive lineman a couple of weeks ago. We had a brawl, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago at Grambling University against some other, black college. There was a fucking brawl on the field. It lasted like 15 minutes. And of course, we all know the latest one was Jamar Chase spitting in Jalen Ramsey's face. He just served his suspension. He apologized. He did the right thing. I was surprised about the Jamar Chase one because Chase is one of I've had him on my fantasy team. Great player. I don't know the guy, but he just seemed to be more of a team guy than anything else. Like he didn't seem to be that type of person that would spit in somebody's face. So I was a little disappointed in that. But what is going on here? Why is this happening? Or is the question, is this social media? Is this all the cameras all over the place? Everything gets magnified. Everything's going to get caught on camera now. And these players just have to grow up and they have to watch what they do. Because social media is a 24-hour cycle and it has to be fed every second. So they're going to look for any little particular thing to talk about. Especially for a game that was just boring and shitty like last night's game. And listen, a win's a win. And as some of you may know, I'm a big Niner fan. They have the most important game of the year coming up next week against the 3-8 Cleveland Browns and the Mashiach, who wears number 12 in Shedeur Sanders. God help us all if he wins that game. God help us all if Cleveland wins that game. If Cleveland wins that game 35-10 and he throws 5 touchdown passes, they're going to rename the Vince Lombardi Trophy after him. I'm telling you, that's where it's at. I heard a comment, and I'm rambling now. I heard a comment today by, I forget this guy's name, Kendrick or Kirkland or something like that. I'll look at it tomorrow. I'll put it up tomorrow, where he compared Shedeur Sanders to Barack Obama, saying that Shedeur Sanders is the most important sports figure in the world today. What the fuck are they talking about? This is a guy he's won 1 game. Now, this is not about Shedeur. This is about Jennings and Moehrig. This is Kyle Shanahan, of course, looking so happy and dapper as always, as he always does in his press conferences, where he's so engaging and so creative and so charming. Here is his take on the incident.
series?
Yeah, the guy took a cheap shot and hit him in the balls, and I was real proud of Juwan for not losing his mind out there and get him to the sideline.
So yeah, that's Kyle Shanahan. Of course, he doesn't. He's one of those guys. I've had enough of him. I know that I know a lot of people say he's a great head coach, and a lot of people, are think he's this brilliant thing, but he just doesn't do it for me. Doesn't do it for me at all. But yeah, I think that the NFL does have a little bit of a problem. I think college football has a problem with these brawls, and something needs to be done. Now, we go into a big weekend, a big week of football. If you are a football fan, you have a boner for the next 10 weeks starting on Thursday. Not just an NFL fan, if you're a college football fan, because it's rivalry. I think it's rivalry week this week. But Thursday, Thanksgiving, you have not one, not two, but you have three massive, and I mean massive, fucking football games going on. Pack and Lions, that's a great game. 1 o'clock. That's how you start off the turkey day. And then you got at 4:30, the 4:30 game, the Chiefs and the Cowboys. Both of these teams, this game here, I don't know what the highest rated Thanksgiving game of all time is. I think this game is going to pull in not Super Bowl numbers, conference championship game numbers. I think you're going to get about 45 million people watching this game. Call me crazy. Go ahead. But you have playoff implications here. The Cowboys and Chiefs have to win this game. And they're going to come out firing. And the Cowboys always draw because they're the Cowboys. The Chiefs have Mahomes. And you're going to fucking see Taylor Swift, and you're going to see all these fucking celebrities and all this shit. This game is going to be must-see TV. 4:30. Get the turkey out of the way. Get the turkey sandwiches ready. Get the beer ready. Little Jack Daniels, and you got to sit in front of this game. This is the game that I'm looking forward to. And if that wasn't enough for you, at 8:20 we have Bengals Ravens with Burrow supposedly coming back, and they say Burrow looks like he's sensational, but the problem is that Lamar Jackson unfortunately is hurt again. Right? First the knee, then the ankle, now it's the toe. I mean, this fucking guy can't catch a break. But if he can play Thursday from 1 to 1 in the morning, you have three incredible fucking games going on. Three incredible games going on. And then Friday night, well, not Friday night, Friday afternoon at 3, you got the Bears and the Eagles. That's a great game. That's a seeding game. And if you get tired of the NFL, Saturday at 12, if you are into rivalries, you have the best rivalry in the country. Michigan, Ohio State. Then you got the turkey sandwich. You got the leftovers for lunch on Saturday. So and then of course on Sunday we have the Shador Niner Bowl. That's a big one. That's a real big one. Because everybody's going to keep their eyes on that game. Trust me. 1 o'clock Sunday, there are people who are going to go to those pirating sites where they can get football games that aren't in their area. They're gonna look for that game. Believe me. But if you are ready, this is a big week, and the NFL they have 4 great games going on Thursday and Friday. 4 great ones. Oh, this is tremendous. If you're a football fan, you have nothing to complain about. You have 48 hours of great NFL games, and then Saturday you go right into the big one, Michigan, Ohio State, and then you go into Sunday with the Shador Circus. The Shador Circus and some other pretty good games that are going to be going on, like the Bills and Steelers at 4:25 on Sunday. It's that time of year, people. December football is right around the corner. We went into November. We separated the men from the boys. Now we talk about playoff implications. We talk about seedings. We talk about who's going to miss the playoffs. And this is where it gets fun. Okay, so today's Tuesday. Wednesday, I don't know. Wednesday, I might, maybe we'll do a little prediction show tomorrow. Maybe I'll give you, I'll give you some picks as if I know anything. Thursday, of course, is Turkey Day, so we'll be taking the day off, and maybe Friday we'll have a little reaction of the games last night if I'm capable, because usually I go out on the Wednesday and Thursdays. I usually go out to party a little bit, but that's the 2 cents here. That's my 2 cents. And hopefully I hear from your 2 cents. Thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Remember, my friends, Satan is always busy. Be a man and have a backbone, because masculinity and common sense are worth standing up for. And remember, if it ends in an ism, it's a mental disorder. We'll see you later.